Looking back, she attempted a power grab. I have always been intrigued with the power dynamic between the student and the teacher. I recall a discussion with a student from the same country as my parents. She came to see me in my office regarding her research. I remember one of the first things that she said to me is that I am your elder. This was a significant statement. Let me provide some cultural context. She meant by this that her seniority should grant her certain privileges. Within much of the global south, seniority is cherished and privileged. This is not to say that older people are not privileged here in the West, but there is significantly more deference in the global south. The way one addresses and interacts with older people is far more reverent, and some cultures have even developed a distinct grammatical system just to address older people. So, by her stating that she was my elder, was her attempt to have me do her bidding, perhaps provide her with additional support that I would not necessarily provide to her classmates. Looking back, she attempted a power grab, just with 4 words. I am your elder. She attempted to reverse our role, even though I was the lecturer and she was the student. Even though this was my office and she came to see me. Even though I oversaw her assessment, none of this mattered. She was my elder and I had to listen to her. She attempted to shift the levers of power. She attempted. She was not successful, but she attempted. But I did buckle for a bit. I was taken aback. I played a scenario in my head that she may bump into my mother in Brixton Market and tell my mother how rude I was. Jokes aside, because of how I was raised, I hold a deep reverence for older people. You cannot reach that age without going through a lot. And they have lost a lot, but they have also gained a lot. They have dealt with significant trauma and came out the other side. It is almost instinctive for me to let older people take the lead and to listen more than I talk. Yet, I put all this to the side and halted her power grab. I informed her about university policy. It is almost as if I used the university as a shield, as a means to draw authority. At the time, I didn't think about this as a fight for power. Likewise, I don't believe the student thought about it in that way. She just needed additional support to complete her dissertation, which was a daunting task, especially for those returning to study. When I think about my role in this situation, if I had met her on the street, just one step outside of the university, her seniority would have meant more. But because we met in the university culture exiled our home culture. On the street, I would refer to her as Auntie or Mrs. Mensah, but in the university, she is just Jennifer.